Alrighty, you guys, we got Walmart laid out here. This is in conjunction with my Aldi haul. If you're new, my name is Cassandra and I grocery shop once a month for my large family of 6, soon to be 7. This is a little bit of a stock up. We have some different things in here that I normally get. We just went through a 4-day power outage, which is becoming a normal thing for us. In the springtime, we end up losing power for a handful of days due to like ice, snow, all the things. And we just got power back like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. So I have some things in here we're going to be talking about when it comes to just stocking to be prepared for situations like that, but also just regular things I need for my once a month meal planning, snacks, things like that. Our grocery budget used to be $550 for our large family for an entire month. This month we decided to up it to $650 to see how that fits in. Between my Aldi haul and this Walmart haul, my total is $599, so I have $51 to go back in the middle of the month for things that we need, whether that be like bread, milk, fresh fruit, vegetables, salad-y things, kids snacks, just like a little bit of a refresh to push us through the end of the month. We are going to start here. Got a thing of fragrance-free baby wipes, trying to keep this a little bit more well stocked. Heading into my 3rd trimester here, just trying to make sure we have stuff. Obviously, I still have a toddler who's in need of these, but soon we're gonna go from 1 to 2 that are gonna be using these, and I know we're gonna go through them a lot quicker. It's been a while since I've had 2 in diapers, so I'm kind of trying to remember how much of those things we went through, but there's that thing of diapers for the toddler. And then I also have a pack of diapers just like this, but in size 1 that I ordered for the baby. I already have a pack of newborn, and now I just wanted a size 1. That way, all of a sudden, if you've ever had babies, you will know that the newborn diapers fit really, really, really well and really awesome until all of a sudden they don't and they're too small. So I wanted to have a pack of newborns and a pack of size 1s. That way when baby girl gets big enough and she's ready to switch, I have the next size ready to go and kind of like laying in wait. So there's that, but that they didn't have in store and they're sending that to me by shipping. It's supposed to be here in the next handful of days. Obviously, I'm not concerned about it being here in any time or fashion because I don't need them. Like thing of limes. These are to put in my water. I have another daughter, or a daughter, who also really likes to do that, but I also have a couple recipes this month that called for lime juice. So I decided to just get the fresh limes. Thing of bananas because the ones I got from Aldi are all already gone. So 2nd batch of bananas for the month already. 2 things of goldfish. 1 for the month, 1 for long-term storage. We kind of went through a little bit of our easy snacks like this during the power outage, obviously because we weren't able to like bake or anything, and it was the very end of the month, so we didn't have a lot of fruit around because we did not do a mid-month haul last month. So we were really just working with what we had on the storage shelf, so just to replenish some of those things. This is also a replenish item. I buy these like maybe once a year. We don't use them that often, but they're just the Nutri-Grain bars. I got the 32 pack here, strawberry, apple cinnamon, and mixed berry. We hardly ever use these. We throw these in the diaper bag, like if we have a doctor's appointment or something, or they very rarely will go in lunch boxes for the kids. It really is just like a long-term food storage item. We grab them every once in a while, but we ran out during the power outage, so this is another restock. Yeah, 2 things of blueberry muffin mix. My kids love these. We do these about once a week usually for before school breakfast with like some scrambled eggs or something, or piece of fruit or whatever. So I got 2 of those. This whole bag is full of frozen peas. There are 4 2-pound bags of frozen peas. We are heading into summer where we do a lot of pasta salads and things, and one of all of the kids' favorite lunches is the tuna pasta salad. A can of tuna, or you can do canned salmon, noodles, mayo, peas, a little bit of seasoned salt, a little bit of pepper. We'll put in raw onions in ours, but you don't have to. So delicious. Sometimes the kids will top theirs with like fresh tomatoes from the garden, some avocado. So delicious. So stocking up on all of the frozen peas for all of those things. 2 things of 64 ounces of heavy whipping cream. This is what I use in my coffee pretty much exclusively, but we also do a ton of cooking with this. So we go through obviously a lot of it in a month. So there's that. 5-pound bag of tater tots. I have one meal, one casserole specifically that I use these tater tots for, and I always just get a 5-pound bag because the rest of the bag we will use as like weekend lunches or really easy sides for dinners or something. So there is that. I did get a 10-pound bag of potatoes from Aldi, but I decided after the power outage that I was going to can up some potatoes. Last year was our first year growing potatoes, so we didn't grow a ton, and I only canned, I think, like 7 quarts worth of potatoes, and we went through them. We really, really liked them. So when the power outage came, I didn't have any potatoes to can, or any canned potatoes, and I realized very quickly that I would have liked to have had those on the shelf. So I'm not gonna wait around for garden season to come around to get potatoes in the ground and wait a handful of months to can more potatoes. So I just got a 10-pound bag. This entire bag is going to be peeled and canned, and I'm gonna get those up on the shelf. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm doing a little bit better job of making sure that those things are canned and on the shelf, but I do have some backup items on the other end of the table that we will talk about kind of when we get there. The kids and I, we really like this. I got this as like a fun, different kind of treat for us, this on the border queso. Really great. Kids love it. It's so simple and easy, and we enjoyed this during the power outage. I grabbed some tortilla chips that we had on the pantry shelf, and we made nachos out of these. I didn't film that, like I didn't show it, but we did that for a lunch one day, and it was so good. So this might have a permanent home on my shelf. 2 things of chicken nuggets. I put these in lunch boxes for the kids, and we just use these upon occasion. Sometimes it's a weekend lunch with like boxes of Annie's mac and cheese or something, but I like to keep those around for the kids. I got another thing of peanut butter to keep on the storage shelf. I like to have 2 of them at a time on the storage shelf. They hold really well. We go through them pretty quickly too with baking and peanut butter sandwiches and all the things. So there's that. Heading into cereal, we went through the cereal that we had on long-term food storage once again during the power outage. So I got 2 bags. I always mixed it up for the kids. This time I did cinnamon toasters and Honey Nut Cheerios. So that's kind of what they'll have this month. I got lots and lots of juice boxes, as you can see. I have 2 kids who are home today. They broke in. They're having a juice. They helped me carry in and do all the things. So they earned a juice box. But the rest of these are going to be used and saved for lunch boxes for my older kids. They really like having these in there, and it's kind of whatever. We also have lots of end of the year field trips that are coming up where the kids will like need to have juices in their throwaway packaged lunch. So there's these, but the kids really like these because there's a handful of different types of juice boxes in here. Berry, apple, fruit punch, and grape. So they kind of always get something a little bit different, but this is what I need for all of my kids to get through a month. There's 32 juice boxes in here. I know it sounds like a whole heck of a lot, but I've got a lot of kids, so we go through these pretty quickly. This honey mustard dressing is the best thing that's ever happened in my life. That's a little over dramatic, but it's so good. I was talking about how I was having a hard time getting in enough calories, in my opinion, just a lot of pregnancy food aversions, but this honey mustard has helped me get back into like eating really good, lots of food. I feel great. So thankful for this honey mustard. I got this box kind of for the same thing. We have lots of end of the year field trips coming up. They always need throwaway lunches for those days. So I tend to just throw in really fun things. My kids don't get this kind of stuff in their lunches all of the time. We do a lot of fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. Any type of like fun thing that they get in their lunch, we typically make here in-house, whether those be like chocolate bars or cookies, candies, cakes, things like that. Like whatever that ends up being, brownies, we make here. So those throwaway things are like super awesome for the kids. I think that they're like the biggest treat. So they make the special day just like that much more special because they know they're gonna get those really fun things in their lunches. And then I just put it up in long-term food storage. They don't see it, they don't ask for it. It's not like in our pantry that they see all of the time. And then summer break is right around the corner. The rest of it we'll use as like beach snacks, park snacks, things like that. I stocked up on toothpaste because it was on rollback, and then I got some water squirties for the kids. They really like these, so there's those. Kids toothpaste. I needed some Comet for some toilets. I make all of my cleaners from scratch. That's why you don't see any in here. During the power outage, I know you're probably sick of hearing me talk about this, but we had some toilets sitting and a little bit of like a backup issue before we got the generator hooked up and the sub pump working and things like that. Some of my toilets really need a good scrubbing, so I got some Comet for that, and that's all. We'll talk about that one. Lots of Epsom salt. We are getting bigger and bigger, and these Epsom salts baths and soaks and things are like the only thing that are giving me any sort of relief. So I got lots of bags of those. A couple packages of hot dogs for the kids. We don't really use paper plates or bowls or anything like that. I pretty much only use them during parties, but I usually keep them in a bin in my basement, like a birthday party bin that we have. And during the power outage, I went down there to pull some out. That way we didn't have to wash dishes, and we didn't have any. So I am putting together a bin for specific things that we're only using during the power outage. And that way when the power goes out, we can just pull the bin up and it'll have all of the like easy, convenient things in it. And I don't have to worry about keeping it like constantly restocked. It's just there, it's set aside, and it'll be ready to go when we need it. So that's what these are for. Some bowls and plates for that. This was a substitution. I ordered 2 like 12-pack boxes of kettle corn. They replaced them with 4 6-count options, which is not that big of a deal. I will probably send one of these to school with my son for his kindergarten snack collection. Now, these are some things that I got for that said power outage box. These are things that I wish I would have made my life a lot easier. So we don't eat these things on a regular basis because they're expensive. There's not a lot in here. And there's just a lot of extra things in here. Like, look at that ingredients list, you guys. Oh, my Lanta. But for power outage times, once a year, these will be fine. So I got 2 things of 4 cheese mashed potatoes, 2 things of loaded mashed potatoes, and I've got lots of rice here, 2 things of Mexican style, like Mexican street corn, 4 things of cheddar and broccoli, and 2 things of roasted chicken. We'll see how these go over. I'm thinking we'll probably need 2 bags for 1 meal for our size of a family. So I'm thinking this is probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals worth of starches for us. It'll be a good start, and we'll kind of see how these go over probably during the next power outage. I also got these because they last a ridiculously long time. So we'll see how these kind of go over during the next power outage, which hopefully isn't for a while. And then I figured any food that I put in the power outage box, I'll just make sure that like maybe once a year we're pulling it out and using it up, and then I will replace it. That way things don't get like super old. And I'll just make sure that we replace it right away, and it's like a priority thing that we're keeping stocked. So that's everything I got from Walmart for the month of April. We are going to be putting together that power outage box together. I also ordered a couple other things and have some other things from around the house that we're going to be putting in that box just for convenience for my family. So that video will be coming in the next, I don't know, week or so. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, talking about a little bit of a grocery haul here for the month of April. Next month's grocery hauls are going to be probably a little bit bigger because it very possibly could be the last grocery haul before I have baby girl, but also it is going to be the last grocery haul before the kids get out of school for summer break. That is already right around the corner. My kids' last day is at the end of May, so we're already heading into summer and summer food and summer snacks and all of those things. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me today. I will link down below my Aldi haul for this month if you want to see that, as well as my meal plan for the month of April. I hope wherever you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye.